Bem-vindos ao nosso espaço, um mergulho profundo nos assuntos mais interessantes de esportes, ciências e temas gerais do momento. Aqui você vai encontrar conteúdo de qualidade, com análises empolgantes e descobertas fascinantes que vão expandir seus horizontes. Nossa missão é trazer informação relevante de forma dinâmica e descontraída. Queremos que você faça parte dessa jornada incrível de conhecimento e diversão. Se gostar do nosso conteúdo, não esqueça de deixar seu like e se inscrever no canal para não perder nenhuma novidade. Ative o sininho também. Aproveite!
If you love science, don't forget to like and subscribe. Think about your last vacation. You probably have digital photos, a few physical souvenirs, or perhaps just a collection of fading memories. But what if I told you that your skeleton has been meticulously documenting every place you've ever lived, every meal you've eaten, and every glass of water you've drank? This isn't science fiction, it's the power of the Strontium Passport. Your bones are not just a structural frame. They're a chemical diary that archives the geography of your life with startling precision. To understand this, we have to look at the periodic table. Strontium is an alkaline earth metal, positioned directly beneath calcium. Because strontium and calcium share similar chemical properties and atomic sizes, the human body often fails to distinguish between them. When you consume plants grown in soil or drink water from local aquifers, strontium is absorbed into your bloodstream and eventually incorporated into your mineralized tissues, your teeth and your bones. Your body essentially uses strontium as a building block, mistaking it for the calcium it needs to stay strong. But here is the fascinating part that turns biology into a map. Strontium isn't the same everywhere on Earth. The element exists in several isotopic forms, and the ratio between two specific isotopes, strontium-87 and strontium-86, varies depending on the local geology. Ancient bedrock, like the billions of years old granite found in mountain ranges, will have a significantly different isotopic signature than younger volcanic soil or coastal sedimentary rock. As rainwater slowly weathers these rocks, the local strontium signature enters the soil and the groundwater, moving up through the food chain from plants to animals and finally to you. Essentially, you are a walking, breathing reflection of the ground beneath your feet. Scientists call these regional signatures isoscapes, and they are as unique as a fingerprint. Anthropologists and forensic scientists use these isoscapes as a biological GPS. The human body stores this information in two different ways. First, there is your tooth enamel. Enamel forms during your childhood and, once it is set, it never biologically remodels. It effectively locks in the geological signature of the place where you spent your first few years of life. However, your bones are dynamic. They are living tissue that constantly breaks down and rebuilds itself over roughly a 10-year cycle. By comparing the strontium ratios in a person's childhood teeth to the ratios in their adult ribs or femur, scientists can tell if that person died in the same place they were born, or if they moved across a continent later in life. This technique allows us to see the invisible journeys of people who lived thousands of years ago. Consider the famous case of Otzi the Iceman, the 5,300-year-old mummy discovered in the melting ice of the Alps. For years, people wondered where this ancient traveler came from. By analyzing the strontium in his teeth and bones, researchers were able to prove he wasn't a local high-altitude wanderer. Instead, they determined he grew up in a very specific valley south of the find site and spent his later years in a different geological zone. This single element turned a silent, ancient body into a complex story of migration, territory, and survival. This technique isn't just for ancient history. It has become a vital tool in modern forensics. When unidentified remains are discovered, strontium analysis can drastically narrow down where the person might have originated, helping investigators focus their search on specific states or even specific cities. It is also revolutionizing the world of food science. Have you ever wondered if that Italian olive oil, French wine, or Himalayan salt is actually authentic? Strontium ratios can verify exactly where a crop was grown, acting as a foolproof anti-fraud mechanism that protects consumers from counterfeit luxury goods. Even wildlife biologists have adopted the Strontium Passport to solve conservation puzzles. They use it to track the migration patterns of salmon as they move from freshwater streams to the open ocean, or to trace the movement of elephants across vast African savannas. It allows us to protect endangered species by understanding their paths without the need for invasive tracking tags on every individual animal. So, the next time you take a bite of food or a sip of water, remember that you are adding a new page to your internal travelogue. You are literally built from the atoms of the earth you inhabit, and your skeleton will hold on to those secrets long after you are gone. It is a hauntingly beautiful thought. We are the living maps of our own history, written in the very chemistry of our frames. Our journey is never truly lost, it is etched into our very marrow. For more incredible facts like this, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.